How you doing, Ben?
Good, thanks.
You're a product of the Nantucket High School system, is that correct?
That's correct.
And what year in college are you now?
A freshman.
And where do you go to school?
Dartmouth College.
How's that going?
I love it. It's amazing.
I grew up around that area when I was in high school.
Around Hanover?
Well, I mean, White River, Woodstock, Vermont.
White River Junction?
Woodstock.
Woodstock, yeah, that's very close.
Very close. So why do you like that school? And why did you pick that school?
I picked that school because I realized that I was looking for more of an undergraduate experience, and it offered the most genuine undergraduate experience. It's kind of like I do envision myself going to graduate school at some point, and I feel like where I am right now, it's a good between high school, where it was very small and very communal here, and it is bigger at Dartmouth, but I think there are just over 4,000 undergrads, and it's primarily undergraduate. Mm-hmm. So I still have a communal feel to it, which I like a lot. I love the area. I love skiing. I'm going skiing right now.
Is there snow there?
I'm not going up there. I heard it actually did just start to snow. My dad's at Mount Snow right now.
Okay.
And he said it just started to snow this morning.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, when you say an undergraduate experience, what does that mean?
A lot of it, especially at Dartmouth, is the focus and the time that teachers give to you and that professors give to you. Whereas at a lot of other places, the sense that I got from researching and then visiting them is that I wouldn't get as much time with professors out of class, and I was able to. I took two of my professors to breakfast this term, and we just sat down.
But wouldn't you be able to do that in graduate school? What is it? Does undergraduate necessarily mean that you're not sure where you're going, or is it because you want a more rounded education, or both?
What do you mean by not sure where I'm going?
Well, I mean, as an undergraduate school, you're not kind of majoring on anything just yet. Is that correct?
Well, I am, because I'm considering mechanical engineering. I'm fulfilling all my prerequisites right now. Mm-hmm. So I'm sort of on a track. But I mean, a lot of the liberal arts thing too is that you don't have to choose right away, and that you're getting a broad education, which is exactly what I wanted.
How important do you think that is? That's kind of where I wanted to go in that direction. I think a lot of people feel that if you're going to spend the money to go to college, a lot of parents who spend the money might think that I better put them into the curriculum that's going to get the biggest bang when they get out.
Yeah,
but that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to create the bang when they get out, because maybe that school or what the education they got wasn't exactly what they should be doing. Sure,
you can't predict the future. I mean, there are kids who write in the D, which is the Dartmouth newspaper, who are they're ambivalent themselves. Like, why are we here? Are we like what are we really getting? And my sense is that if I knew for sure that I wanted to do something, if I was 100% set on mechanical engineering, I would have applied to a technical school, but I'm not. So, and it's like I enjoyed all of my courses and all of my subjects and all the academics that I got to experience in high school. So why would I then cut myself off immediately into just studying one thing? I didn't feel that I was ready for that, and I felt that what I would get at Dartmouth would still allow me to stay. Perhaps Dartmouth is going to be where, in high school, it's very broad, it's general education, and at Dartmouth I view it as kind of a funnel for my education, because I will start broad because you're taking all the core curricular classes, but by the end I'm going to be earning a degree potentially in potentially a Bachelor of Engineering there, which will require me to take very specialized classes. And so that's if Dartmouth can be my funnel, and if I can grow a lot there, which I feel like I already am a little bit, then that's exactly what I'm looking for, and that's why I'm paying the money to go there. Okay, and getting back to you're a Nantucket High School kid. Yep. Did you go through the public school all the way? Pretty much. Well, actually, no, not really. I started out being homeschooled by my mother through second grade, and then third grade I was at NES, Nantucket Elementary School. For 6th and 7th grade, I was at the Nantucket New School, and then 8th grade, because I didn't, and my parents didn't want me to go directly from the New School into the high school, so they treated 8th grade as kind of a transition year for me to go back into public schooling, because they decided that I was not going to go away to boarding school.
Okay.
So 8th grade was kind of my transition year back into the public school. I did 8th grade at CPS, Cyrus Pierce, and then through high school I was at Nantucket High School.
And so what are your thoughts on the high school?
I love it. Honestly, I mean, it becomes so cliched as you're going through high school to hear the, you get what you put into it. That sort of a thing. Like it's what you make of it.
Yep.
People love to use that line, but it is true to an extent, to a great extent, I think, because, and especially, see, before you had to rely so much on just what your teachers are going to be giving you, but information is so readily available now that I never felt like I was cut off from anything going there. Maybe it requires a little bit more self-initiative because you don't have people on you all the time, and like the college culture doesn't start freshman year or something like that. Like I'm fairly certain that it does in some private schools,
right,
which feed colleges. But I
did you know what you wanted to do? I mean, when you were a freshman in high school, did you have an idea on who you wanted to become, the kind of job you wanted to get?
Absolutely
no,
not.
no.
I still don't.
But you like studying. I mean, you've always been good at academics, would you say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was helpful. And do you contribute a lot of how you learned to the early homeschooling that your mom did?
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just like, it's just having that initial spark. For me, it was stuff like, have you read Calvin and Hobbes by Bill Watterson? It's a long comic series.
Okay.
And it's very satirical. It's a great series. You should check it out.
Okay.
It's called Calvin and Hobbes. Being gifted stuff like that for Christmas when I was 6 years old and kind of learning to read on that, it's more than just school that's made me love academics. A love of learning is just something that grows on you.
I agree.
It's
funny. In my own instance, I was my childhood wasn't as probably steady as yours. I moved around a lot and always knew and picking up and moving. It wasn't until I got to college and I was mature enough after I did the Coast Guard did I actually get serious about learning.
Okay.
So I really love learning, and when I see someone who loves to learn, I like to share that learning.
Yeah.
So that's why we're talking with you today, and you're also, what is this December Delight thing that you were brought back to? Tell us about that.
I wasn't brought back for it.
Okay.
I'm back between, Dartmouth as a trimester system, so I have a long break, and it's also a break that's, it started at Thanksgiving and runs through New Year's.
That's a nice break.
It's very nice. But none of my friends are back yet. They're just getting back right now because they're all on semester systems.
Sure.
So all right. So this term, I met a kid named David Berg who lives in North Dakota. He and his two brothers spent 9 months last year biking from Alaska to Argentina. But I think it's 15 or 17,000 miles. It's self-sustained. It's
unbelievable.
Incredible that they did it. Like he applied to school in Mexico. just amazing stories. And so I was talking to him, and also looking on his blog, which is the blog that they kept as they were doing it. And I figured out, or I saw that one of his older brothers had done something called Bike and Build, which a few years prior, and it's this program. It's a program where you, along with a group of 30 people, bike from the East Coast to the West Coast over the course of a couple months in the summer. I think it's a 75 or 80-day trip. And I became interested in it and started researching it, and I realized that I've worked at the same place since I was 11 years old, and I realized that I wanted to change, and that this might be the last summer that I have.
You want to try this next summer?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
what do? You
Well, I am doing it.
You are doing it.
I'm doing
so
it.
it's a bike.
Yeah, like I say, I'm biking from Portsmouth, New Hampshire to Vancouver, British Columbia next year. Bike and Build has a series of routes. I should say too that Bike and Build is there's a charity component to it, because the money that you raise, you have to fundraise $4,500 before the trip, and that money goes towards affordable housing organizations.
Is it only you that raises the money, or how do you raise that kind of money?
Yeah, well,
for just yourself.
with some blood
So
and grit.
every person that goes has to raise $4,500.
Right.
How many people go?
Well, there are 8 routes and 30 trips, so about 250 people.
That's awesome. And so what? You stop in certain towns and help build?
Yeah, exactly.
How long do you stay in each town?
Well, you're constantly moving. You're only biking, my sense, is between 60 and 65. You're only biking 60 and 65 days, but it's an 80-day trip.
Oh,
so
I see.
About 15 of those days, your rest days, they're spent constructing affordable houses for organizations like, people have heard of Habitat for Humanity and things like that.
Yep.
So those are your rest days, and like I say, you, along with the 30 people in your group, are helping to construct these houses. So you're just stopping 15 times along the way as you go. And it's like, if I'm gonna do something like this, I realize that I will need, first of all, I'll need a personal incentive, because biking 4,000 miles is an undertaking. And I don't know if it's something that, I can say right now, it's definitely not something that I would be able to motivate myself to do on my own, because I'd get homesick, and I just couldn't do it. So to do it with 30 other people, and then further to have a really genuine incentive for doing it, which is the charity aspect, the affordable housing.
Sure.
It seemed like, I love efficiency. I'm a potential engineer. I love being efficient. So to be efficient like this, to be able to combine two things that I feel strongly about, challenging myself and also making a difference for other people, struck me as something really, really rewarding and something that I wanted to do.
Good for you. So it's going to happen next summer.
Right.
And what is this thing that you brought with you behind you? Is that something you can show me?
Yeah, sure.
Is this part of it?
Yeah, it is. This is it's a presentation board that I'll be using for my fundraising. It's just something.
Okay, so this could be helpful for you. If people see this, if people see this and are interested in helping you,
that's my hope.
Fundraise for it. Okay.
So let's see how it's held up.
Did you make this? You put this?
Mom did some cutting.
Wow! Look at that.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, this is
briefly.
This is a snapshot of my cause. Like it says, I'm pedaling for affordable housing, and I've got the cause on this side, some details of my route on the other side. I tried to make it not too texty, not too wordy. That's why I included.
So where are you going to go back to Dartmouth today? Are you on your way back?
Not today.
Where are you going today?
Today I'm just going skiing with a friend.
You're going skiing. Okay.
From Dartmouth, yeah.
So where are you going to? How do you expect to show this off? In front of?
Well, like I say, I was at December Delight, which is it's sort of like a flea market style thing, you could say.
Yep.
And I was there for 6 hours from 9 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon, and I was taking donations. I had a donation box, and I had a slideshow running and some brochures available, and I had this board up. And my hook to draw people to the table was that I'm borrowing a stationary bike from some family friends.
Okay.
Actually, from my boss, and I brought the stationary bike into the gymnasium, the NHS gymnasium, set it up beside my table, and I biked for 6 hours to get people to come to the table.
In the gym?
Right. That was my.
That's clever.
Well, stationary.
Okay, stationary.
Yeah.
Sure.
And so I logged.
That's a clever idea.
Right.
How much did you raise?
About $350.
Fantastic.
Right, which I was happy with. It's when you look at 4,500, you're like, how am I ever going to do this? But it's a good chunk. I have a schedule that I have to follow too, a fundraising schedule that's set by Bike and Build, because, you know, for instance, you have to raise $1,000 before they'll send you your bike. They give you a really nice road bike.
Oh, they do?
Yeah. And you get to keep it at the end.
Oh, that's good.
It's very nice.
Okay. But does this take care of all the food as well, the $4,500?
Yes.
It's pretty much everything.
Right, but a lot of the $4,500 goes towards the
building.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
Exactly.
I understand.
Well,
so
not exactly the building. It's more Bike and Build has a grant application process for local chapters of like a habitat, and they also they distribute strategically the money that you've raised.
Yes.
I think they've distributed. Since 2002, when it was founded, it's something like $4.5 million.
Yeah, that's great.
It's wonderful. So that's where a lot of the money is going towards.
So would you encourage anybody else on Nantucket to join you?
I would.
Okay.
A friend.
Okay, good. So maybe a friend is going to do it with you.
Potentially. We'll see.
Well, look, this is so great. You know, thank you so much. It's good that you're out there and promoting such a great cause. I'm sure your parents are very proud of you.
I think so.
I'd say so for sure.
You know, I mean, that's how they seem.
Yeah. So we will wish you the best, and if anybody wants to help contribute, can they go to your website or? Yeah,
I have some contacts actually from the December Delight event as well, but you can go to bikeandbuild.org, okay, that's and spelled out, bikeandbuild.org, and right on the homepage there's a donate button. It's in blue, I think. You click in, there's a bar, you find my name, and then you can donate electronically or you can send checks to the organization.
Okay, that's the best way.
Right, and so I have until next June. I'm going to be sending out fundraising letters to, you know, friends and family, and also to local businesses on island. I'm going to be contacting all the bike shops, hoping for donations and things like that.
I'm sure you'll have no trouble.
I hope so. And that's my plan right now. I've got some months. I'm gonna be doing fundraising at Dartmouth too, because there are actually a couple people at Dartmouth who are doing it this year. And so I'm gonna try and coordinate with them and do some fundraising there. And I'm incredibly excited about it.
Well, I am too for you.
Thank you.
And it's going to be a great trip, and thank you so much for talking to me.
You're welcome.